Fun fact: even though dragonflies possess 6 legs, they are not capable of walking. Dragonflies are usually found around lakes and ponds because their larvae are aquatic. Hey everyone, this is going to be another installment of my Deja Vu series where we go back and take a look at a knife that I've previously reviewed and just expand on some of that information in the video and talk about any new thoughts or opinions I have on the knife after carrying it for some time. In this video we're going to be discussing the amazing Spyderco Dragonfly. This was one of the very first videos that I made for my YouTube channel, and I think it's time to come back and take another look at this excellent little folder. Alright, so first off I'm going to give you guys some specifications on the knife and we can get right into the review. Alright, the overall length for this little dragonfly is 5 7/16 inches long. Alright, the blade length is 2 5/16. Alright, the blade steel is a Aus 8. This is the older version of the Dragonfly. The newer versions come with VG10 as the blade steel. The weight of the knife is 1.2 ounces. Alright, and the handle material is an FRN. Alright, I'm going to give you guys a little close-up look here with a magnifying glass, just so you can check out the knife in detail. Alright, so just a little history behind this knife for me. This was the first Spyderco that I ever got. This was given to me by my mother. This was really my introduction to quality knives, and definitely Spyderco was a good company to start with in that respect. So this really was the knife that got me to start looking at higher end production knives like Spyderco and Benchmade, and really got me into collecting. So this knife definitely has a special meaning to me, and will always be part of my collection. So I have used this as EDC for quite some time, off and on. Definitely when I first started carrying knives, this was one I was always riding in my pocket. As I've grown in my collection, this has been kind of put back, but not forgotten. And I still do, every once in a while, come and pick it up and carry it for the day. So it's very suitable for EDC, and it has definitely been one of my favorites in the past. So as you can see, as I said, this has the Aus 8 blade with a leaf shape, flat ground. So I haven't, in the past I have had to resharpen this just after a couple weeks use, which is typical for the blade steel. The VG10 that they're using now is a little bit better, but that resharpening of the blade really isn't a big deal in my opinion. Any use on a knife is going to make it to where it's going to need to be resharpened. And Aus 8 is relatively easy to do that with. Alright, but it does hold a good edge, and that flat ground really lends it to be a nice cutter. It tears through cardboard, paper, rope on occasion when I've needed it to. So no complaints, and for such a small knife, it really does pack a nice punch, and you can do a lot more than you think you would be able to with it. Bringing it close again, you can see this does have a considerable use, but it really doesn't show any wear, no battle wounds or anything, so the knife overall has held up extremely well, and I've been very impressed with that. So that definitely sticks in my mind as a good quality in a folder. Alright, moving on to the handle, it is a pin construction or riveted, so you cannot break this knife down, or you can't make any adjustments in the pivot, which for these FRN little Spydercos really doesn't bother me that much, as long as when you get it from the factory it doesn't really have a problem. This thing still does not have any side-to-side play or up and down, after extensive use, and I've been very, very impressed with that. It has held up extremely well, and in this case, it doesn't really bother me that it's pinned, because I haven't needed to make any adjustments to it. So this FRN does have that volcano texturing from Spyderco. Very, very nice grip. Provides a nice surface for you to make contact with, and haven't had any problems with it slipping out or not gripping. So it's done extremely well. Alright, it is a lockback. It has the void dent in there, so it makes it a little bit easier to close. Alright, and very, very nice lock for this little knife. Nice and secure, not going anywhere. Very nice. It does have a lanyard hole in the back here. A little too small for 550, but you can definitely fit some 450 paracord in there. So, if you wanted to put a little lanyard on it. On the back here, it does have an integral pocket clip. So it's actually part of the handle molded with the FRN. I don't mind it for a knife this small. I don't necessarily prefer it, but I can't really complain. Alright, the downside is that it's only one configuration. You can't swap it over. It's going to be, tip up, right hand side carry only. So for all those lefties out there, sorry. But just a cool little knife. Spyderco hole, nice and easy to get to. Definitely in a smaller knife, and I think the Spyderco hole is dropped down a little bit, so you kind of do have to manipulate your hands in a weird fashion in order to get that blade open in one clean motion. But after a little bit of practice, I really haven't had a problem. It's for me with this Dragonfly, when I first got it, it did take some use, but it's like riding a bike. Once you know how to do it, you can come back to it real easy, not a problem. Also, the grip, the feel in the hand for this knife is extremely comfortable, very ergonomic. For such a small knife, you can really, or at least for me, I can get all 4 of my fingers on there in a very, very comfortable fashion, and would be nice to, or easy to use. Alright, it does have this forward twirl here that allows you to choke up and get a nice grip on the blade. Of course, you can always scoot back and use it if you wanted to, but it is much more comfortable up front like that. The thumb ramp here, there's no jimping. In my opinion, it's not needed. This isn't going to be a hard use knife, and even if it was a hard use knife, it really wouldn't need it. This thumb ramp is so abrupt in its stop. It really allows your thumb to slide in there and catch, and it's not going anywhere. So it's very, very comfortable, very ergonomic. So overall, this is just a very, very good EDC, relatively inexpensive, and it's just Spyderco's great quality. So just thought I'd make a video, go over some of the finer points of this little knife. Really would recommend it to anybody who's looking for a small EDC, who enjoys Spyderco. It's a great little knife. Alright, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys next time.